All right. So, so when you talk about community, and how it affects our earning, it's pretty much every other thing other than ourselves. I mean, the first part of the book talks about how origin and upbringing affects us. In a sense, origin and upbringing is a community, but it's what you might call our inner circle, because the true person is you and everything that goes on the inside of you. Everything outside of you is a community. Just that now there are different levels of community, right? Your immediate family is what you might call your inner circle, as it were, or what you might call your inner place, right? Then people outside your immediate home now become what is popularly known as community, but it's just another kind of community other than your immediate one, right? So, and all of this affects the way we were disposed towards money, because they influence us, right? It's the influence they have on us, right? That is the key thing, right? Stephen Covey talks about what we call the continuum of life, right? The continuum of life is a place whereby we'll come here and we're very 100% dependent, right? We can do nothing on our own, right? We're dependent 100%. But once we get born, that dependency should reduce. If it doesn't reduce, that's a problem, right? The spectrum is such that that dependency must reduce, right? As that dependency reduces, your independency increases, right? When we get born, dependency is 100%. Independence is 0. But from that time clock counts, that baby wants to do things on his or her own, right? So that our independence increases and our dependence reduces, right? So if that doesn't happen, then it's an abnormality, right? But that baby in the independent status requires someone to both direct and guide. But the level of direction and guidance also changes as we go through the continuum of life, right? It's also adding on to another layer on that is the level of parenting also changes, right? When a baby is born, it's 100% parenting, but that parenting must, capital N, capital U, capital S, capital T, must reduce, not increase, right? Because as the baby gains independence, that baby needs not direction, but needs guidance. If you are still directing when you're supposed to guide, then that baby will never mature, right? And we have a lot of people like that, especially in underdeveloped places, because we pamper our children so much that they are useless, right? That is not the right disposition to dealing with human beings, right? Yes, they need help parenting at that point where they know nothing, but they need to be taught how to be independent, because the ability and to the extent to which they gain independence is the ability and to the extent to which they can face life, right? You want your children to be able to face life before they leave your guidance. Because if you've never taught them to be independent while they're under you, they are not going to win in this life, right? They need to make their mistakes ever before they leave your guidance. But if they don't make their mistakes before they leave your guidance, they will not be able to stand the pressure of life. Because outside us, in different degree, are different levels of pressure, right? And the pressure around us, more often than not, is not necessarily wanting us to succeed, right? The pressure around us, outside the people that we might call our love circle, is trying to overcome us. And unfortunately, you find that in every sector, even including the church, right? I've been in church and I hear a lot of messages all about against independent spirit. They want you to just do whatever you are told from the altar. But that's unscriptural. That is unnatural, that is not of God. It's called witchcraft, right? God's mandate is come and let us reason together, right? Come and let us reason together. God wants us to be involved in the decision process. God wants us to be involved in the plan. God wants us to be involved in the process. But unfortunately, when it comes to man, because man wants to bear rule, is just do as I say. You don't have to understand what it is. That's not correct. That's witchcraft. Witchcraft is anything that bypasses your ability to reason, right? And just goes straight to your subconsciousness, or just gives you a command that you have not reasoned and accepted yourself. And you know how the mind works, right? Pretty much our mind is divided into our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, our intuitive mind, and what you might call the spirit world, or what we call infinite wisdom, God, but an intuitive mind, I said, because intuitive mind is part of your subconscious mind, is an overlap between your subconscious mind and anything that interfaces outside of you, right? In the, call it metaphysical world if you want, but our decision process is such that everything, your conscious mind is a gate that decides what goes into your subconscious mind or your subconsciousness, right? That is a normal process, right? But what witchcraft does, and this is used in mind control, brainwashing, advertisement, subliminal advertisement, it's a well-studied field and people use it, right? But it's simply called witchcraft. Anything that bypasses your ability to reason and make a decision is witchcraft, is manipulation, is hypnotism, right? And the problem with all of that is that the person that is being hypnotized, the person that is being witchcraft, does not grow. It's only the people that are using that person that grows against their benefit. You see, the person, the true person is the person that you find that you are when you are free to make a decision to be yourself. For as long as you have to do something by duty, we don't know who you are. Our true person is seen or revealed in the time of leisure, when we make a decision as to what we do or not do, because we are then using our conscious mind, right? My conscious mind, it tells of who I am as a person. And you see, God gave us free agency for a reason. It's a free agency that God has given us that defines our personality, that defines our uniqueness, right? When free agency is taken away, we are no more unique. We no more have a personality. We become a robot. We become empty barrels. We become something that anybody can dictate what we do or not do, right? So that's why that free agency is important, and God put it intentionally in us, right? The devil and all the people that work with the devil want to steal that from us, right? Because when they steal that from us, then we can never make a decision for God, right? So any place or anybody that bypasses our ability to reason does not like us, does not love us, it's not for us, right? Because our ability to reason is the source of our victory, is the source of our richness, our wealth, right? That is when we're able to use all that God has given us to the maximum to produce all that we want, all that we need, all that God wants us to be.